There's a lot of drum programs out there. Is ours going to be better? Well, of course. Hey, it's John McBride. I'm here in Blackbird Studio A. What used to be the backyard of Blackbird, we actually built another big room. And I love this room, and it's great for drums. We happen to own 40 plus kits here and over 100 snare drums, so I get to hear them all. And when it comes to what I always like the best. So these are some of my personal favorites, and I want to show them to you right now. We're going to start with this kit right here that we've been recording today. This is, it's kind of a Franken kit, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. It's a 22-inch Gretsch kick from the 50s, 3-ply, round badge. I love Gretsch round badge. I mainly have Gretsch round badge drums here because Vinny Caliuto told me if I got a lot of Gretsch round badge drums, he wouldn't bring a kit here anymore, and he doesn't. So that's a great thing. Tom-wise, I went with Craviotto. We have 13 and 16. Snare-wise on this kit is a Joyful Noise snare, one of my favorites. Cymbals are mainly Zildjians. We love, love, love drums at Blackbird. So when it comes to this kit, not only does it sound great, but it sounds even better because of the way we mic it. So the beauty of it is we have 1,400 mics here at Blackbird. So I have a lot of choices. And when it comes to what I want to use, I kind of threw the rules out the window and just went with whatever I thought sounded the best. On the kick drum, right now I'm using 3 microphones. There's an SM91 inside the kick. There's an RCA 44 and a D30, an AKG D30. That is my Beatles nod right there. I love the Beatles, always have. Ken Scott was in here for a week tracking with the Blackbird Academy, a school I'm involved in. And the D30 was used a lot by the Beatles for kick drum. So I've been using a D30, a 44, and a SM91 for the last couple of years, and have had great, great results with it. The RCA 44 records more low end than almost any mic I've ever heard. I swear it records 10 cycles. On the toms, I went with Neumann U67s, only because I could. On the snare drum, we're using, of course, a Shure SM57 and an AKG 451 as an alternate mic. Snare bottom is an AKG C12, and AKG C12s are on the overheads. I love the top end of the C12s. They sound incredible to me. And the way these cymbals ring out, these mics are just a great complement to what those cymbals do. But not only is the close miking important, but room miking is important also. This room, this big room here in Studio A, I didn't want it to have the same sound all the time, so we made it where it's variable. And the way we did that was we have these big panels that are reflective on one side and absorptive on the other. If you see red, they're absorptive. And if you see wood, then it's reflective. This wood is called flutter-free. This is all math. The size of the grooves, the depths, the widths. All this is built by a company called, I'm pretty sure it's called PRG. Peter D'Antonio is the physicist behind this company. For room mics, I used Neumann M50s, which are one of my favorite mics of all microphones. They're omnidirectional up to about 8K, and then they start to get a little directional. I used a setup here based on the Decatree setup, where we have a center and a left-right. And then we have a great reverb chamber back here. We open the door, we put a stereo mic in the reverb chamber. That is an AKG C24, and the greatest thing about it, it's serial number 001, which I'm really proud of that mic, and it sounds incredible. And the best thing about the reverb here is if it gets too bright, you just, okay, I'll not make any more audio jokes. Sorry, guys. Anyway, one other thing I wanted to mention about the drum kit, we have a few tea towels on here. Now, when Ken Scott was in, we asked him about the Ringo tea towels that Ringo used. And I went out to a store called Two Old Hippies and I ended up buying a couple of hundred of these tea towels. Number one, they have blackbirds on them, and I thought that was really cool. And the thickness of them was just perfect. When you go single layer, it's thinner than the Ringo tea towel. When you double it over, it basically matches the tea towels that Ringo used, or that they used on Ringo's kit when they were recording the Beatles. We have had more fun and more great sounds come out of using these tea towels than you can imagine. It really blew me away what a difference they made. So the beauty of it is we've got tea towels that are barely on these drums, but they make a huge difference in the sound of, in the way these drums sound. So now that you've seen all the microphones, the close mics and the room mics and the chamber mic, let's go in the control room and take a look at what we're doing to those. Come on, this way. So here we are in Studio A of Blackbird Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. The console in this room is a Neve 8078. It's what I believe is the greatest sounding Neve 8078 on the planet. We brought in Jeff Tanner, who worked at Neve when they manufactured this console. Jeff knew every issue this console had, even out of the factory. We addressed every issue, and he has written about it also, and he has said it's the greatest 8078 on the planet, and I tend to agree with him. This console sounds really, really incredible. I actually bought it from Donald Fagen. I was told that they tracked and mixed Asia on this console and the Nightfly, one of Donald's solo records. So anyway, it has a great history, and it's had a great history here at Blackbird already. We're using the 8078, some of the mic pre's we're using, and then some of the EQ we're using a little bit of, but also we're bussing out to a stereo Fairchild 670. We're also bussing out to a BBE Sonic Maximizer down here, the kick and snare primarily. We're using a few Telefunken mic pre's, V76s or V72s, depending on the drum. And we're recording all the close mics, we're recording the room mics, and we're recording the chamber. So we have a lot of flexibility and freedom with our drum sounds here. We can really get anything from a smaller, dry, tight sound to a huge, lavish, kind of pop, verby type sound, or however you want to describe it. Drum sounds are one of the most important things about any record. You know, they really set the difference between different genres of music, and the sound of the drums also is a huge factor when it comes to whether it's pop music, country, rock, rap, R&B, whatever. Drum sounds are so important. So we take them serious here. We're using roughly, about 20 channels of the console for drums. Between the close mics, the Fairchild returns, the BBE returns, and the room mics out there. And it really, really gives us the ability to get a great drum sound. So I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you make it sound better than anything you've ever heard before, because that's our goal. About time. All right, here we are, Studio D, doing more of the same. I want to talk about this kit real quick. It's a 60s Gretsch round badge kit, Champagne Sparkle, beautiful kit, 22, 13, 16. Again, microphones, RCA 44 on the kick, greatest kick drum mic, I don't know, maybe ever. I love the thing. It records lots and lots of great bottom end. The D30, the tribute to the Beatles, as always. I love the D30 on the kick drum. 67s on the toms, again, because we can. We love 67s on almost any input. C12s, KU3As on overheads, same with the hi-hat, same with the bottom snare. I love C12s. On the snare drum today, we've got a Sony C38. That is a Ken Scott recommendation. Also an SM57 and an AKG 451. All three great choices. They all work well. We love, love, love our 67s on the toms. That's probably my favorite combination of anything I do. On the beater side of the kick drum here, we've got a 421. Partly because this kick drum has no hole in the front head, and partly because we just wanted to give another option when it came to various drum sounds. There's a lot of great flavors that we've been recording lately, and I am so jazzed about this drum package that we're putting together with Blackbird's name on it. I really believe it's going to be the greatest sounding drum kit available anywhere, or kits, I should say. So anyway, lots of great things going on here. We are recording in great rooms with great microphones, great drums, and great drummers. All the right combinations. Trying to give everybody as many options as possible, and giving you a lot of different flavors with which to concoct your music, you know? Room mics, M50s, what else? If there's something better, call me, tell me about it, because I don't know if there is anything better than an M50 when it comes to a room mic. We've got 3 set up here. Those, along with the C12s, are really, really amazing at capturing the real magic and the essence of these kits. I'm loving it. We're using a great square beater on this kick drum. It's felt, but it sounds really great, really wonderful. So anyway, a lot of excitement around here lately. We love drums. We love taking a sampling of our now 45 kits that we have here and over 100 snare drums and hundreds of cymbals, and picking out the best of the best of the best to put together in our package and make them available to you. And I hope you like them, because these are all things that we love here. So have fun, and beat me out of a gig because you used my samples, all right? And one last thing, that the chamber in D, the D room where we are now, is absolutely phenomenal. It's got about 8 seconds of decay time. Again, we have a C24 over here for the chamber, but follow me in here and check this out. I love this chamber. And that's with the door open. So this is a Hidley design chamber, I believe. And there's not a square corner in it anywhere. There's not a parallel wall. And it just sounds really, truly amazing in here. So enjoy it. Mix it in. We'll talk later. See ya.